think, act, and prosper. You are now tuned into the Money Level Show.
So what are some of the so with Web 3.0, it's pretty much here. I know like certain things with NFTs, live videos. I mean, now, I do real estate too. So, you can go view a home, 3D, so it's 3D is here and a lot of other things are coming. So what are some of the coins that you kind of look at and how they apply in Web 3.0? Because a lot of people would say, well, you got, Shiba coin or Dogecoin or some of these coins that are like, is this going to be here in 15 years? Like we know for sure Bitcoin and I would say Ethereum is going to be here. But those are kind of expensive. And so like some of my audience, they're like, oh, well, I can't pay most of a Bitcoin or whatever. Like, hey, I tell them to try to average in or whatnot. But what are some of the coins you're looking at for Web 3.0 and what role they'll play?
Well, the most important thing to think about with liquid protocols or tokens or coins is how they fit in this technology stack of the future. If you think about the early days of the internet, there were 80 internet protocols, 80. And today we have 5. We basically have TCP/IP, which is the base layer. We have FTP for files. We have SMTP for email. We have HTTP for websites. And then we have www that ties everything together. Now, going forward, I believe that Bitcoin will be that base layer protocol in Web3, just like TCP/IP is the base layer today. I think Ethereum likely is the www, which is the glue that binds, that creates, it's a toolkit for creating other applications on top. And then I think we have Filecoin for FTP. And then I'm not sure about SMTP and HTTP. I think it's probably Cosmos and Polkadot, but maybe Solana comes in there. But there'll be 2 or 3 other protocols in the middle. So I think all of those are really, really compelling. And everyone should have exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably Polkadot, probably Cosmos. And then, I think Filecoin is something that people should have a piece of too. Then you've got all these utility tokens. And the problem with utility tokens, 98% of them are going to zero. And all they were literally, crowdsourced venture capital. And this is all of the, in the vernacular, the shit coins. And most of them you should just stay away from. Now, if you're a techie, right? If you understand technology and you can differentiate between somebody who really has an interesting project and actually gives you through the coin a share of cash flow, a share of equity. Aave is a great example, right? Aave, the users of Aave, right? A decentralized finance, peer-to-peer lending protocol, you actually share in the revenues generated by the users of the platform. That is a real token. I would own that, right? Compound, a similar thing. But there are lots of things like Doge. Run away, run far away. That it's got zero value. It's a joke. Doge is everything that's wrong with the markets right now. We gave people free money. We locked them in their house. We said, you can't go to Vegas. You can't gamble on sports. So why don't you gamble in the stock market or in crypto? And so they started buying GameStop, AMC, and Doge. And it's ridiculous and it makes me angry. But I would stay away from that kind of stuff. And I would focus on DeFi protocols where you're building out decentralized finance. I would focus on the core protocols for the Web3. And then on occasion, you might get involved in a really compelling project. And there are some interesting projects around NFTs, thing like Foundation. There are some interesting projects around tokenization of other assets like real estate or art or fine wine. But ultimately, the core protocols to me make the most sense. And to your point, the way to do it, don't buy it all at once. Buy some every day. So I was on CNBC, last year sometime, and Bitcoin had crashed from 10,000 to 8,000, literally while I was on the show. I'm like, well, what should we do? I'm like, buy it. I'm like, well, what do you mean? It just went down. I'm like, yeah, buy it today, buy it tomorrow, buy it next week and the week after and the week after, because you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy infinitesimally small, down to 1 Satoshi. There are 21 quadrillion Satoshis, right?
Yep.
2.15 to the 15th power Satoshis in the world. You do not have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You do not have to buy a whole Ethereum. You can buy fractional pieces. And all that matters is not the daily price. Price is a liar. Price of anything, of any asset, is just what two people decide to exchange a small amount for. But value is what accretes over the long term. And so what you want to do is own a piece of these networks. These are the most valuable networks on the planet. They will continue to be the most valuable networks on the planet as we migrate into this decentralized world and we start merging with the metaverse and all the things that are coming in the future. So ownership in the networks is the most important thing. And again, since we're talking about Washington State, Amazon's the perfect example. 24 years ago, you could have bought Amazon at the IPO, like Jeff and his mom and dad, but hardly anybody did because they didn't get it, right? He was a bookstore. Well, what do I need to order books online for? Well, no, he had a pretty big vision. Now, the crazy thing about Amazon, it has the same volatility as Bitcoin, 80% volatility long-term over 24 years. And over the 24-year period, Amazon has gone down double digits every single year, including this year, every single year of 24 years. The average drawdown is 31%, 5 times more than 50%, twice more than 90%. When was the right time to sell Amazon? That would be never. But who bought it 24 years ago and holds it today? Jeff, his mom, his dad, and his ex-wife. That's it. And I'm sure there are a couple of Amazon early investors, but not any investor I know had the temerity to just keep acquiring ownership of that network. Because Amazon is not a company, it's a network. They don't make anything. They match buyers and sellers and take a cut. It's a really good business model, incredible business model. He's a visionary, incredible, right? But it's not a company the way we think of old school companies with property, plant, and equipment and all the stuff that matters. What matters is the network value of having more and more people engaged in the network. And that's how networks work. And you want to own networks and you want to buy them consistently over time.